Hello, hi, welcome back. If no, hello, hi, I'm back. It's been a while, obviously. But yun story kwingine. Today we're going to talk about my driving school experience and my driver's test experience, which just happened yesterday, literally 24 hours ago. It feels like a dream. No, it doesn't. So, a little background about my driving experience. I did a month of back-to-back driving classes because I happen to have the time, we thank God. And so yesterday, I feel like NTSA has driving exams every fortnight on Mondays. I know, like Monoliaka Monday. Just wake up, and if you're not a Monday person, then it's not going to be a good time. But like, I feel we're all Monday people. It's just society conditions us to hate Mondays or to hate mornings, but it's just another day. I've never really been interested in cars, like actually driving. Literally, before I went to driving school, sikuwa najua kuwasha gari. I didn't know what ACC means, what on means, what nothing. I finally decided to learn how to drive because I feel like it's a basic skill, you know? And in Kenya, Nairobi especially, matatus are so hectic. I mean, si mind kupanda mat because what else is there to do? But sometimes, like, inachosha, man. And I mean, if I look at my Uber and Taxify receipts, it's like, yo, I could have been fueling a car with this money I'm spending. So I decided to finally learn how to drive. And of course, this is just privilege talking because there's so many people in Kenya and in Nairobi who wamechoka kupanda mat, but they have no other option. For me, I had an option to, oh, let me go to driving school. So I do not fail to realize how blessed I am. But anyway, so did all the classes, and then finally yesterday was a driving exam. And I'm one of those people, like, before a big exam or before even a test in school, I would always study my ass off, you know, go to the library like 2 weeks before midterms and exams. But for this particular exam, sikuwa najisikia kusoma. Like, I would literally open the PDF on my phone or on the laptop, nashindwa. I'm like, okay, I guess God has my back, Sidri. So fast forward to yesterday morning, I go to the driving school. I woke up so early, nikafikoko by 8. There was no one there. So I had time to study, you know, just a little, not even study, look at the pages and pretend nimeshika. And then when everyone else came to the class, there were 5 of us going for the exam. Tukaanza kurevise, you know, the normal revision shit. And so we're doing the model town board, which I absolutely hate. Juu hai make sense. Kwa sababu the model town board is apparently an example of road networks in Kenya and East Africa. And they tell you, like, imagine hii ni Mombasa Road. Okay, cool. But Mombasa Road does not even have the amount of lanes that are shown on the model town board. And most of the rules were told to apply. No one applies them on the roads. Like, ever since I went to driving school, like when I'm in a car or in a matatu, I actually like try to pay attention to like the roads and what's going on. And it's a mess. Obviously, it's Kenya. But it just doesn't make sense how the Kenyan education, we're forced to like cram things and stuff appears like this on paper, but like in real life it's like day and night. But anyway, that's a story for another day. On like at like 11, we're all piled into a bus. Not even a bus, like those lorries where it has like a half thing. So we're all piled there and we're driven to NTSA headquarters in industrial area. And I don't even know where to start. It looked so daunting. Like, there's one building in the middle and then everything else is just bare land, and there's no trees, no nothing, and there's cars, like, no, not cars, like lorries and buses being inspected somewhere. I think if you have a lorry or a pickup, your car should be inspected before on the road. Kafika, we have to queue up, and the queue was not even that long, but it took so long. But again, this is Kenya and everything takes long. There's always a queue everywhere you go. So yeah, we queue, and then kuna jua inachoma. We're like, okay. We try to find shades. Literally, you're finding shade by the side of of the building juu hakuna shade, like hakuna mti ya kukushade, hakuna, you know, like how at the bus stop they put something. No, hakuna kitu kama hiyo, jipange, you're here for an exam. So this guy comes up and is like, okay, wasi wa shule pigeni line hapa, and then kuwa na ID kwa mkono na kama hauna rudi home. That's how they're talking. I'm like, and then one of the guys we were with didn't have his ID, so someone had to send him a picture of his ID, which was fine. I thought they were gonna be like hapana nataka the original, but si M-Pesa. So walikubali. And then so we're lining up, we're like, hey, we're going to do the exam. No, tumeingizwa like in another waiting room where we waited for literally an hour, and there's a guy at the front. It looks like primary school where you guys are like told to be quiet, and then the teacher is just grading your papers. It literally looked like that. And then so we're the last people to enter, so you're the last person to leave. So they would come and call people in groups of like 20, and then you go and line up somewhere else. Okay, so we're waiting. It's like a whole hour. By now it's like midday, mi nasikia njaa. I'm like, yo, I wish I carried a snack. So that's one thing. If you're going for the NTSA driving tests, it's gonna be a whole day affair. So come prepared, like come carrying snacks, water, and definitely, you know, you're gonna spend a whole day there. So if you are gainfully employed, just, you know, just move things around, because you're not going to be available for a whole day. You'll be stuck in industrial area in the middle of nowhere. So anyways, after that whole hour of waiting, someone came and called our names, and then we had to go line up. And then so now you can see people like in another room, like there's I want to say like 10 instructors, well 10, they're not instructors, wanaitwaje, NTSA people who are going to judge you. And wameketi like in this classroom, and kila mtu akona like the model town board, like a mini version of it, and then the signs, like the traffic signs up next to them, and they have a computer here. So we're looking at people who are like, hey, some guy who was in front of me, he went for like 2 minutes akamaliza. I'm like, okay, singumu sindio. I remember I didn't study, like me, I just went in with God's grace, and that's all. If I remember stuff, I remember. Katskumbuki, I'm gonna fail. So anyway, so it's my turn to go in. This guy, he came over, the guy who was actually gonna like do the test for me, he came over and he's like, Mwenda? I'm like, yeah, that's me, hello. And then I was like, follow me. I followed him. And then he's like, okay, on the town board, I was like, chukua hii gari, ifate hii gari. I'm like, okay, Ava, you know, I've practiced leo asubuhi, I'm ready. I looked for like 2 minutes, I couldn't find a way. I'm like, and then he started asking me, hakuna njia? This guy is prompting me to say hakuna njia. So I'm like, okay, hakuna njia. And then I looked at him, and then he's like, okay, kunayo. And then he just drove and showed it to me. I'm like, okay, wewe, just go home, we'll practice, we'll book next week for the next exam. I'm like, no, like he literally crushed my soul. I'm like, please, I'm begging you, nipe one more chance. And then I was like, okay, so. And then he set it again. And then this time, like, you know, like sasa niko chonjo naangalia nini, I moved the car. I took so long. I didn't like, yo, my time, you're wasting my time. I took the car, moved it, used the wrong lane. So obviously nime fail. That's fail number 2. Okay. Ako like, sasa wewe umeanguka, what's the matter? Kwani hujui hizi vitu? I'm like, I know them. You're just scaring me. You're scary. Your demeanor is so scary. Which just be honest, you know? Ako like, okay, mbona nakusikia? Wacha tufanye ingine ya mwisho. I'm like, So he gave me one last chance, and this last chance, like, I took my time. So like I finally, like, first we had to discuss with him, because I was taking my time. Like, I like to take my time. Pressure is something like I cannot work under pressure. So I was like, okay, rules of the town board ni use the longest route without the parking, shortest route without the parking, longest route without the parking, and then use the parking. And then he kind of held this finger, so I'm like, thanks for the answer. So I just used the parking, and then I got it right. But this time I had taken like 5 minutes, and normal people take like 1 to 2 minutes. And tulipiga story until I'm like, yo, you're actually nice, yo, thank you so much for giving me a chance. What's your name? So Mr. Thank you so much, you're actually a human. I wish more people were human. Anyway, he told me, "Aya basi, bye, you better pass the driving tests." I'm like, you know, you need to pass. So people, obviously there's a screen door, so people are watching me, and then people are like, "Hey, mbono take time hivo, uko poa," you know, and I'm like, "Ah, niko poa." I don't know if I passed or failed. We shall see. There's a theory and then a practical. We don't know when the practical is gonna happen. So, no one gives you directions. You just go and sit outside and pray for a miracle. So we sat there for like, I want to say a good hour and a half. There's a lot of waiting around because obviously there's so many people and very few NTSA officials working in Kenya. So, and then now like ni lunchtime, jua ime blaze na ubaya, like, and it looks like a desert. There are like 2 trees in the whole compound, and they're literally branches, hakuna leaves, so there's no way you're going to find shade. So tukakapo tunachomeka. At this point we're all dying, like we're hungry, we're thirsty, no one has anything. And then afterwards some guy came and he's like, "Okay, ukisikia jina yako ingia kwa lori tuende practical, ukikosa kusikia bahati mbaya." I'm like, oh my god, my heart was literally like I cannot come and fail, no. And then so there was like me and 2 other girls from the driving school right here, and thankfully we both passed. The 3 of us to pass. And there's this one girl who after the exam she was sure like she's messed up. She came like tears were just like flowing. Me, I'm like, chill tu, najua pass, you know. But they actually had like a very strict instructor. Mine was like, he was human, like I said. And then after that we all piled on the bus again. Me, first of all, I thought we were gonna drive around like the NTSA parking because it's really huge, and apparently that's what happens with other people, but for us we had to be packed into a lorry and then drove somewhere else. I don't know, I think it was in like South B or something, to like some road which doesn't have that many cars, like hakuna matatus, nothing, so it's just the random personal car passing. So it was a good place for us to have the test. And also someone told me like if you do the driving in the NTSA parking lot, they're gonna test all your skills, like can you put gear 1 mpaka 5, can you in a parking, you know, tutafikaje gear 5 in a parking lot. And they'll also test your like reverse skills and how to parallel park. And bro, I don't even know if I can park right now. Like if I went to a really crowded parking, I might just leave my car like that and I need to perform. So he was calling people first, like the people who are trying to get the license for the lorries and the big cars went first, and then as we were waiting, and then we found somewhere to at least buy some juice and quench our thirst and hunger. And then so he came back later, and so he was calling people, like we're all in the bus, and we would drive behind him. Like, so me, I'm the guy who's doing the exam, I would go into this little van, and then everyone else in the lorry would drive like behind them, following them. And then ukimaliza unashuka unarudi kwa lorry, someone else is called, mnaendelea tu. Okay, the first person went, akadrive vipoa, akaingia, tuko like, hey, liko aje? Ako like, ah, ni poa, mimi nimezoea gari. For us, we've never driven this car, so we're like, hey, gari ni gari, si ndio? Cool. 2 people went after him, wakashindwa, like literally the car stalled, they couldn't move, so that's an automatic fail. So yo kila mtoto wako hivi, we're like, Jesus, what's going on? Aya. After them, I was called. I was the 4th person to be called. I'm like, you know what? If I pass the theory, God has my back. He really does. And then so sasa nikishuka, you know, kuna wase wametense kwa hiyo lorry, wako like, hey, tukupe Mwakenya nini nini. I'm like, I'm good, love, enjoy. Adi umsako like, ah, amesema ko poa, acha tuone. I'm like, I'm gonna show you. And I didn't say that. I was actually kind of nervous, but like, you know, you have to put on a poker face and just focus on yourself. That's one thing in life, whatever it applies to, just focus on yourself. Have like a tunnel vision. If people around you are failing, you're not gonna fail because you're focusing on you. So anyway, mimi nikaenda kwa gari. I'm like, because you know, no, I feel like as much as I didn't study, I fear tests and exams and everything. So nikaingia kwa gari, I'm like, hi, how are ya? Nikaeka, like I put my safety belt, and then I'm like, yo, what happened? Like, 2 guys wamekam, nini imehappen? Ako like, kama mtu hajui kuendesha gari, hajui kuendesha gari. Na kama hujui kuendesha pia utatoka. I'm like, thank you so much, sir, for the motivational speech. Okay, so it was a small van, like I said, and the gear, yeah, inakaa kama kiboko, like it's literally this long, inakaa kama ya matatu, and as you're used to the small car. I'm like, okay. So, you know, I do my clutch, my brake, you know, and then nika change gear. Literally, hata hazijaandikwa ati 1 2 3 4. No. Oh, fikirie. So like it was really hard to like push that thing. So I push it. I'm like, I hope I didn't get number 3. I hope it got number 1. And then I switch on the car. It goes on, like you can see the like the little lights flickering, but it's not like actually going on. I'm like, is this how it all ends? Is this how I'm gonna fail driving? Like, and early in the morning when I was leaving home, I saw like 2 foreigners. I don't know if they're Chinese or Asian or white people, and I'm like, yo, if these people can drive in Kenya, there's no way I'm gonna go and fail. Like, it's my country. I can drive, you know. Anyways, so I try again. I'm like, haiwaki. I'm like, okay. He was really nice. Akaniwashia. I'm like, oh, hallelujah, thank you so much. And then so I was like, okay, tuende sasa. You know, I was so scared, like, you know, balancing the clutch, because most of the times during class, like during the lessons, I would like not balance the clutch well, alafu nazima gari. But thank God sikuzima, it just took off. I'm like, ah. And then, so I'm not used to like the accelerator on this car because I've never used it, you know. So naenda haraka, ako like, mbona unakimbia? Enda pole pole. And then it goes really slow, like tulikuwa tunaenda hivi. And then I was kind of sure, like, okay, I'm messing this up for myself, you know. And then tukaanza story, like, no, I was like this now, like I'm focusing on the road, like, and then ako like, mwende unafikiria nini? I'm like, you know, I'm thinking about how you're judging me, and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, and I know it's your job to judge people, so I can't even blame you. I'm like, no, relax, you know. Wewe kama unajua kuendesha utapita. Nini. Tukaanza story. I'm like, so apart from driving school, what else are you doing? I don't know why I lied and said I'm in school, I'm finishing. I'm graduating this semester. I'm so sorry I lied. Like, God, please, I'm sorry. But I don't know why I lied. I said I'm a student, which I'm not. It's been a few years since I finished that. And then tukaanza story, akaniuliza about my life, I think. Nikamuuliza where he's from Kiambu. And then he told me, okay, sasa endo usimamishe gari pale kwa kona. So me, first so when we're driving, I call like, unajuanga kuchange gears. I'm like, okay, it's time for gear number 2. He was kind of helping, you know. And that's the thing I noticed about these NTSA people. Just be human, you know. Talk to them, you know, engage with them, you know. Just be a human, be a decent person. Everything will work out, and you know, God is always with us. But anyway, so akaniambia park pale by the side of the road, you know, like a pro, nikakanyaga clutch, nikakanyaga brake, you know, everything, did my handbrake thing. And then tukaanza story. I'm like, okay, sawa, utasalimia hao wase huko Kiambu kwa ile kutaka mkutu visit when. I'm like, invite, you know, na unilete my gifts. Now I've finished, I've gone back to the lorry, and everyone is like, at least uliweza kutoa gari. And then for everyone now, like a few people, they couldn't get the car to start. I don't know why. Again, I think ilikuwa unaweka gear 3 instead of 1 because it's a weird car. And then we finished, and now it's like 3 p.m. but this time
a little longer than a few minutes later.
So my camera died. That's interesting. Like, this is the first time I'm using this camera. It's not really as good as the last one. The last one, can I vent for like a second? I had a Canon 70D, and it just so happens that Canon 70D was the mistake for Canon. You know, they had this amazing, beautiful camera, but inside it had issues, and I had no idea, so I got that. So if you ever get the Canon 70D, you're playing yourself. Anyway, let's finish this video out. So we finished our driving and we had to drive back to NTSA. I don't know why, because like we live on this side of Mombasa Road and NTSA is on this side, and we were here and we had to go all the way back and then go story mob too. Anyways, so we get there and the driving teacher, he's not a teacher, the NTSA official who was judging our skills, I call like, okay, thank you so much everyone. Kesho asubuhi saa mbili, check your e-citizen. Kama umepita, it's gonna be written license. Kama umeanguka, see you next week. And literally that's it. That was all we had to do. It took a whole day, which I feel like it should take shorter, but who am I have never worked in the government or for the NTSA, so I don't know the procedure for anything. I'm just, you know. But so yeah, if you're trying to do your NTSA driving test, just go with a calm heart, study. Like, look at your model town board, because for me, I'm just so, how do I say it? I don't want to say lucky. I'm highly favored, that's the word. I'm so highly favored and blessed that I got 2 really good NTSA officers to judge my skills, and the first one actually gave me like 2 chances, like second chances, like second and third chance, and that doesn't happen to many people. So just make sure you know all your model town board stuff. Hata kama hautatumia kwa njia, because let's be honest, no one's using those things. I mean, I'm gonna try to be a really good driver. Sitaki kupata road rage. Like, I don't want other people to affect me, you know. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be driving with my with my windows up. And yeah, see you in some road in Nairobi. Like, I can drive. And if you know anyone who's willing to buy me a Mobius, that would be dope, you know, or a Land Rover, or one of those nice looking cars. Not a Jeep though, so overrated. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much if you actually made it till the end. The next time I'm definitely gonna have my friends with me, because you know, it's nice having some people like to throw banter off. Right now I'm just talking to a camera. It's a little crazy, but you know, I like it. Alrighty, goodbye and see you soon. See you some on the internet.